I just start thinking like how with just something that I can't control. Well, I guess I can control with eating and sleep and all that stuff. But when your time is up, I think your time is up. I believe it. So you can only just do the best you can. But anyway, so I went down a whole long road about that from a simple, how very, very short life is. It's true though. But that said, folks out there, don't live your life like that. Don't worry about that. Especially if you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. Yeah, just live your life and don't worry about dying. Just be the best that you can be, the best that you're being right now. Just continue on with and love people who love you, and it all comes right back to you even stronger. And everything will work out fine. So with that said, and I truly believe that actually, and I try to live my life every day by that motto, and that is the truth.
It's showtime, folks.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into the Music. My name is Greg, and I'm really, really intrigued by this one. It's called Kid Loco, a Grand Love Theme. You're intrigued, Greg. Why? Because you requested to do this? No, it's actually a song that I obviously pulled into my YouTube queue to do. I just don't have any recollection of doing it, so I don't know when I did it. It's just sitting there. And I was so tempted to actually click on it and listen to it before now. And I kind of sat on my hands, it's a little uncomfortable, but the only way for me not to hit the buttons and react to it, or not react to it, but just go, oh, wow, what's that sound like? Now I may have listened to this because I do this sometimes, I'm pulling stuff in from Spotify, from YouTube, and I'm checking out like the first 30 seconds because I want to know, is there a fighting chance if I'm going to really like this a lot, or if I'm going to really hate it, why am I going to even pull it in? Yeah. Anyway, so who knows what I did back then and when that was. But so here we go. Kid Loco, a Grand Love Theme. I never heard of this band, this group, or the song. So at least I don't think I did. So here we go. Enough speculating, Greg. Just get to it. Okay. Here I go.
Fucking years old.
It's not about getting drunk only. It's the only group with a
very keen sense of how very, very short life is.
Before I went to commercial. Wow. Oh, went back. I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted. It really was beautiful, but I must decline. Let's get on the other side and we'll talk about it. So as I said on a recent reaction, I think it was to the Stone Roses Fool's Gold Live, Heat and Park. Go check that out if you haven't yet. Yeah, good things come to those who wait. It's just that I had no idea that I was waiting. I had no idea it was in my queue. So I don't know. What's the saying about nice surprises, right? Yeah, let me know. Put that in the comments, famous quotes about nice surprises, Um, but yeah, enough, Greg. Just get do you like it or not? Yeah, absolutely. I think actually on the other side, I was saying some nice things about it. When it was actually deciding to kind of give me a second listen to it, I was really tempted. But no, I had to jump on here and talk about what I was listening to. So yeah, so I mean it's a simple instrumental, but there was just something about that just sounded so good. um, it was melodic. I mean, it didn't have a lot. I think it had a couple of chord changes, but it just with the instruments and the sounds that were going on, it was lovely. It really was. It's one of those songs just in its simplicity, um, but how things are kind of with space and things are filled in, but like not overbearing. It was just everything was just spaced and stretched, but just it was beautiful. It lifted my spirits. It's one of those songs that just lifted my spirits, and yeah. And so even though it was kind of repetitive, it was just kind of it could have been a little shortened, if I was kind of picking a bit. But maybe like by a minute, I don't know. What was the full time? I think it was a little bit more than the usual 3 minutes and 40 seconds. It might have been like in the 4 minute range. Anyway, if I'm right on that, maybe take like 30 seconds or so off. But that's nitpicking. Because what I don't mind about the repetitiveness of something like this is that when it has that effect, when it lifts my spirits, I'm totally immersed in the music, in the sound. um, it just takes a lot for that to be kind of like squelched, and reversed. I mean, once I'm feeling like that, it's really hard to kind of turn back. So what I like about it, I mean, I love right from the beginning, the drop in bass notes with that. I think the piano kind of and then the bass notes that are dropping. Um, yeah, I love that. Um, and then the drums kick in, and then it just gave that nice chill sort of groove sound. The synthesizer was filling in too as it was moving along, and it was in that first minute or so. And then at some point, the keys, like an orchestra, like strings come in, but I think that was synthesizer strings, keyboard strings. Um, yeah, and there was some words spoken. I did pull up some lyrics, just like one little thing. What he was saying was interesting, and then somebody was talking later on. So I don't know if the lyrics are going to, reflect both those things. But I also pulled up information about the band, the artist. It looks like from quick look that it looks like it's one guy, not a band, which I originally thought going into the reaction it's a band. Um, yeah, and also pulled up a little information about the song, the album. And what was really interesting is that I couldn't, normally I just try to pull it up and then just not look and just now get on here. But for some reason, my eyes kind of went towards Three Dog Night. So it looks like this music is pulled from, I guess it's sampled. I don't know. It's like, yes, I know what sampling is. So Easy to Be Hard. Yeah, right. And so I remember that song. How can I be? Na, 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 how can... That's the Three Dog Nights, the vocals. So I know that song very well. But it's so cool how they just kind of took just the music here and just sampled it, and it just stands on its own. That's how great that song is, because the music is so strong. Wow. So that was really cool. And yeah, I think I think I covered it all, right? As far as my notes did. So here we go. Let me just take a look at what I pulled up. Kid Loco and Jean-Viez Prieur. I hope I didn't mess up his name. I probably did. My apologies. Kid Loco is a French electronic musician, DJ, remixer, and Wiki is saying this, producer. He was born 1957, so that gives me the age of 57. It's on here. Yeah. He was born on, well, here we go, 64. Yeah, we got into that. Let's see. His best known album is A Grand Love Story, 1997. He has also compiled and mixed a DJ mix album for the Another Late Night series on Azuli Records. Does anyone know that? Let me know. And he has worked with different bands and groups. And so that's a very short biography about Kid Loco. Let's get into the album. John Bush of All Music. John Bush, we all know him, right? He gave the album 4.5 stars out of 5. I mean, how stupid is that? I'm sorry, Mr. Bush, if you're listening to this. I'm sure you are. You're watching this. How you doing? Into the music. Why give 4.5? Just go the extra mile, whatever, half mile, and get to 5. That's like, anyway. But you said it was an irresistible romp through the lighthearted pastoral side of trip hop by way of orchestral pop paragons like Bacharach, Gainsbourg, and I did a reaction to Gainsbourg and love Gainsbourg. Yes, Sergei Gainsbourg. I did. What was the name of that song? I don't know. Type that into the music reaction, and it'll come up. So if I'm thinking about it, I'll actually put that link down below too. But yeah, that's cool. It's how this thing we call music, the world of music, everything's all interconnected. That's amazing. 5 zillion billion songs out there, and yet here we go. I made a connection. NME listed as the 35th best album of 1998. Yes, they did, and they should have. Well, you know what? If there's songs on that album like this one, this is part of the album. Hey, absolutely. I'm intrigued now. I gotta go check that album out. What do you think? If I get more than, let's see, if I get more than 35 likes on this and more than 20 comments, so 35 plus likes, at least 35 likes and at least 20 comments, I will do the whole album. So give my word. Yeah. And let's see. Okay, cool. And then I went to genius.com because I want to see what he said, he goes 38 effing years old. He didn't say effing, but we can use that imagination. And then he goes, now, I don't know if this was him earlier and then, or this is the guy talking later, saying it's not about getting drunk. Okay. Only it's the only group with a very keen sense of how very, very short life is. Wow. Okay. I would probably say that at my age, I, I can absolutely vouch for that feeling and that knowledge that life around now seems very, very short. Absolutely. Um, there was a time when I didn't think about dying. No, actually, that's not true. I've thought about, not that I wanted to die, but uh, your mortality and that comes from time to time. But I guess as I get older and all like that, and there's so much at stake now with my sons uh, about to embark on college life, and the future's right in front of them. And not that I want this right now for them, but at some point, it'd be nice to be a grandfather. It'll be nice to not work anymore. So I'm not there yet, but the older that I get, and then I just start thinking like how with just something that I can't control. Well, I guess I can control with eating and sleep and all that stuff. But when your time is up, I think your time is up. I believe it. So you can only just do the best you can. But anyway, so I went down a whole long road about that from a simple, how very, very short life is. It's true though. But that said, folks out there, don't live your life like that. Don't worry about that. Especially if you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. Yeah, just live your life and don't worry about dying. Just be the best that you can be, the best that you're being right now. Just continue on with and love people who love you, and it all comes right back to you even stronger. And everything will work out fine. So with that said, and I truly believe that actually, and I try to live my life every day by that motto, and that is the truth. But with that said, we'll end it on a very well. That's a light note, right? That's a good positive thing to say. So let's continue with that positivity and say, I wish every one of you a great day. Thanks for watching us. Drop comments in. Let me know what you think about the song, the reaction, everything. And I'll see every one of you on the next episode. Oh, and hit like and subscribe. I never say that because I don't know. I just don't like pandering for likes and subs, even though I want them a lot, because that sort of gives me that tells me like it gives me a metric, tells me how much the channel is growing. But yeah, so if you like this and you're inclined not to hit like or not sub, hey, I'd love the like and I love the sub. I want that. I want that. I need it. I need you. Uh, but that said, no pressure. So do what you want. And I'll see every one of you on the next episode of Into the Music.